Leave Katseye Manon alone. But who the F is Twice? Jennie accused of being rude, idols not going to school, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And if you are experiencing retaliation from a landlord who you refuse to pay an illegal rent increase to, who is now pretending like all the issues you've had with your home for years is something she's never heard of, while also illegally coming into your place without permission, threatening that you'll have to probably move out, and threatening to bring the neighbors into this, well, I hope you have an extra fine day. Katseye Manon has asked fans to chill out on her a little bit. She basically went on Weverse and she said, not to be a negative Nancy here, but when can people chill out on me a little? People are so comfortable on the internet. I just want to stay connected with y'all, but under every post, people are saying weird stuff. But anyways, we're back in rehearsals, fun things coming. I'm just gonna dance it out. This of course sparked a huge conversation because of course, this doesn't only apply to haters. There are plenty of fans who cross boundaries. I mean, the first comment under this post basically saying, you know, this is why we can't have nice things. I think when a group first debuts, the fandom tends to be smaller, but the more the group grows, it becomes less and less manageable. Just thinking to a specific example of Bangtan of Stray Kids, right? He used to have Chan's room, but then seemingly, this is just my interpretation, like everything he said, it would be taken out of context or misinterpreted. It seemed like he was constantly getting in trouble for what he was saying on Chan's room. He stopped doing Chan's room, you know what I mean? And that's just what I remember fans speculating about. How we could have nice things, but sometimes fans themselves end up ruining it. So this is why we can't have nice things. Fans want more content but push the girls away with their rude comments. They're more inclined to justifiably stay away from lives and postings. Hopefully these fans learn to have boundaries for everyone's benefit. So the thing is, I myself don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I feel like that's impossible. The bigger your fandom gets, the harder it is to keep out the bad apples, because just statistically there are more and more bad apples. And just simply being on the internet, I mean, I do think that would be a really difficult thing to do. I agree, people say crazy stuff on Manon and Laura's posts, especially. Not cool to speculate on her sexuality or anything else about her life, including cosmetic surgery. Good for Manon and Hybex Geffen to get some boundaries. So that's definitely something I've been seeing a lot of, speculation surrounding her sexuality. There's even been a bunch of viral posts talking about her face, accusing her of getting too much cosmetic surgery. A heads up just in case, even if you don't think you're being mean online, fans can sometimes come off really intrusive, entitled, negative, etc. So just a reminder to be mindful, these girls are human beings. Being popular doesn't change that. People are even bringing up her responding to this comment is another example. Dinner ready, mans, I say as I lay spread on the table. And she responded, it's time to put the phones down. Some fans bringing this up as an example of crossing boundaries. I mean, if you don't know someone and you're approaching them in that way, or even the conversation around plastic surgery, right? Some people find it incredibly invasive and rude, and other people find it useful to know. So it's definitely an interesting conversation, I think, because it's one thing to put boundaries online, but how do you enforce those boundaries at a large scale? So let's say you block a couple comments, but when it's on a larger scale, how do you manage that? But of course, with all that said, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you remember back when Twice released a teaser for their upcoming album? And people were comparing it to Jennie. They were comparing, you know, the fact that both were wearing blue, but they were also comparing the sounds that were used in the teaser and Jennie's Like Jennie. Wouldn't you know, I made a short about this, so let's listen to the similarity just to paint the picture here, okay? Bear with me. So some people were just noting the similarities while others were straight up saying that it was plagiarized. With this one tweet actually saying, Jennie sampled the beat, it's not hers. One of the producers for Like Jennie quote tweeted this saying, I made Like Jennie. Who the fuck is Twice? Oh no. But I digress. The producer was getting a lot of heat for saying that. Let's read some responses. This post is totally unnecessary and unprofessional. Just to provoke attacks towards the group, we demand respect to the artists. You could have just corrected OP's information without being shady. Twice are a billion times bigger than you and have worked with more professional, mature producers than you. You're just an immature a-hole. Much hate to you. Get the F up and do something at JYP Nation. Your artist is getting dragged by a Nugu producer. Who the F is Twice? Who the F are you? Their account has since gone private. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like, I consume a lot of K-pop, wouldn't you know? I wonder, like, if this were with Western artists, how would Western fandoms react to this? You know, K-pop fans have a really bad rep. Dare I say, a terrible one. So I just wonder, because we always see situations where it's like someone outside of a K-pop space says or does something that they might think is like acceptable. Oh, I don't know if they think it's acceptable, but it's like K-pop stans then rally up, the person gets a lot of backlash, and then they're like, oh my god, K-pop stans. Like, I wonder if it was, I don't know, think of two Western artists, a producer of a Western artist song, and then someone saying that that producer copied another Western artist song, and they're like, who the f is this Western artist? How would those fans react? I'm curious. It's just a hypothetical. What do you think? BLACKPINK's Jennie is being accused of being rude to staff, but fans have come to her defense. During BLACKPINK's concert, Jennie was wearing these boots that got untied. It seems she was about to tie them herself, but then her part was coming, so she ran to staff to help fix it. Let's check out the video. So she runs to staff, and as you can see, the staff is like trying to tie it like a shoelace. I think, right? Yeah, like tying it like a shoelace. She does her part, and then she sees what the staff is doing, and she's like, oh, no. You need to like wrap it around my ankle, essentially. So that's the interaction, context for the interaction. She's, vibing along, but, her next part is coming up as well. She looks a little annoyed, and she's like, more, pull. It looks like she's saying pull, right? But she is smiling through the interaction as well as looking a little bit frustrated. She's continuing to vibe, and then the girls end up coming to her because her shoe issue is ongoing. She's just leaning back and singing, and the girls are next to her. Here's another angle. Like, do you see what I mean? It looks like they tried to tie it like a lace, but really you need to like wrap it around the foot. So on one hand, you had people saying it was rude. I mean, she's yelling at staff. She's looking annoyed at them. Why couldn't she tie her shoe herself? And other people coming to her defense saying, well, she tried to tie it herself, but she also has to perform at the same time. It's a concert, like it's loud. Of course, she's going to be like yelling, but people also pointing to the fact that she was smiling during the interaction as well. People pointing to this comment, hi dresser, here our job is to take care of any wardrobe malfunction so the artist doesn't have to stress about it and can carry on doing their actual job. Of course, they'll come to us for any issue, as they should. From another angle of this video, she was smiling and talking to the staff. The sound from the on-site speakers was loud, and the staff were also wearing headphones. That's why her mouth movements were quite exaggerated. Get a job. She did try to fix it herself at first, but her staff calling her to do it for her because they are paid for their job, so Jennie can focus to sing her part. So she notices that it's untied and she's about to do it herself. But then she runs towards the staff. She's literally smiling, bro. Why do people hate her so much? She's clearly exaggerating her words and gestures because of the volume. I'm just glad nobody got hurt because of the malfunction. Just because she looks upset doesn't mean she was being rude. I think people can't wait to jump on this girl over literally everything. I mean, of course, people definitely deserve to do their jobs and not get mistreated, right? We're all in agreement of that. Though some of you actually call for staff to be mistreated. You're like, oh, they should have yelled at that staff more. I think we're losing a bit of the plot here. People deserve to work without being mistreated, just like people deserve to live in a place where a landlord doesn't threaten you incessantly through text. And to be clear, I'm not saying that's what Jennie is doing, not the landlord stuff, the other stuff. I'm just saying what we should all be thinking. Like, of course, I appreciate people looking out for stuff, people looking out for the little guy, as we should. But there could be special circumstances where, it is loud. You might have to actually yell. But I digress, of course. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Babymonster's Asa, or maybe rather her parents, are receiving so much backlash after she had revealed that she had only graduated kindergarten. The group appeared on a show and she said, it has been 6 years since I came to Korea. I only graduated from kindergarten. I am a kindergarten graduate. The internet went wild with this statement, saying how her parents should be ashamed. Like, is this even ethical? Is this even legal to only graduate kindergarten? Now, after all this backlash, she actually clarified what she meant by that comment. Basically, that it was just a joke. I think some people were surprised hearing me say kindergarten graduate on the show. I started training with the dream of becoming an artist since elementary school, so I was always going back and forth between school and practice. That's why it felt like the only time I actually fully attended school was in kindergarten. I wanted to say it in a funny way, but since I talked so briefly, I don't think I explained it well. I realized once again that I'm still inexperienced and have a lot to learn. So from there, people were bringing up her mentioning having gone to high school, so on and so forth. Also for CN in Brazil, I joined a dance school during my first year of junior high school, and that's when I felt the joy of listening to music and developing a passion for dancing. Let's read some comments. It shocked me that the new SM group, Hearts to Hearts, I think are mostly school dropouts and nobody talks about that. It's super worrying. There was a lot of conversation surrounding Hearts to Hearts. I remember seeing posts about it, like all but allegedly all but one member dropped out of middle school. That was the information that was going around. The fact that people took it and ran with it should be an indicator that something is really wrong with the idol industry when it comes to schooling their artists. I still have a lot to learn, no pun intended. She was homeschooled, that's why. Even if it was a miscommunication, first graders should not be training hard enough that it interferes with their school. They can take singing and dancing lessons after school. They don't need to be with an actual company yet. That's crazy. The industry needs to debut people that have graduated high school at least. Just because they are training or debuting doesn't mean they need to stop educating themselves to survive. Like, that's ridiculous because a lot of idols aren't idols forever. People have been talking about idol schooling a lot more after those posts about Hearts to Hearts allegedly having majority of their members dropping out of middle school, extraordinary heroes, Jinhan comments, so on and so forth. So again, let me know your thoughts on this discussion. aespa's Karina has spoken out about her political controversy. Do you guys remember during election season, she posted a photo where she was wearing a red shirt with the number 2 on it and a rose emoji in the caption. And as idols are very careful during election season to not even do the peace sign so as not to show any political affiliation, people thought that this was on purpose to show her support to the Conservative Party. It blew up beyond anything we could have ever imagined. She got the nickname Magarina. The spokesperson for the Conservative Party even posted about aespa praising them. I mean, it was huge, right? Now, to be clear, SM Entertainment did deny that there was any intentions behind the post. She did post on Bubble apologizing for worrying fans, but people didn't think that was enough. So now she appeared on a show and she said the following. So there was a bit of an issue recently, and because of that, I found myself thinking, not just for myself, but for the people around me too, that I really hope we can all just live peacefully without trouble. I honestly had no such intention at all. That's why I wanted to talk about it. But regardless, fans were worried, and that made me feel really sorry. I genuinely wanted to say how sorry I am to our fans and to everyone who might have been hurt by it. I really had no idea it would become something so serious, and I feel deeply sorry for causing such distress. She then talks about the jacket specifically. It started when I went out with our staff, and because it was cold, I just brought a jacket and wore it. I posted a picture to connect with fans, but then I was contacted about it and had to delete it. Looking back, I was really ignorant about it all. Even if I was abroad, it was still something I should have known, and I realized I really need to be more aware and educate myself more about these things. I truly was ignorant, I get that now. At the end of the day, I'm the one who caused all this talk, so I have to take responsibility. But what was hardest was seeing the other members also get caught up in it and affected by it. That really broke my heart. So of course there are some people who appreciate that she's speaking out about it now, though there are some people who think that it's just too late. They say the post got over 1,000 comments from hate, but over half of it is from fans defending her, just saying they're disappointed and can't trust her anymore. How is that hate? She must think we're stupid. Compared to other idols who get heat even for holding up one V finger and having to explain themselves with full energy, she really handled it way differently, lol. Back then, she didn't even explain properly and showed up to the award show laughing and acting silly. Now she says all this? You're saying it was because you were ignorant, lol? Why bring this up again now? After all this time, if it really wasn't what people thought, you should have clarified that then, but you clearly showed your political stance, so what does that matter now? Again, let me know your thoughts. What is going on with VCHA? We do have a bit of an update about the group, who have been on hiatus for a while. Of course, we all know member KG is suing to get out of her contract, accusing the company of exploitation. But this is actually an update about member Kaylee, who had actually been on hiatus prior to all of this happening. It seems that she opened her own Instagram account. She posted some pictures. People have been noting that her following list includes JYP Entertainment USA, Republic Records, JYP Entertainment, and official VCHA. It seems she also went on Instagram Live to confirm that it was her account, because some people were like, is it really her? Is it not?
There's a lot of people that don't know if my account is real or if it's fake. I want to thank you for supporting me for so long, even though I've been away for a while. I've been doing really good, and I hope you guys have been doing really good as well. I hope to post more in the future and be a little more active. I look so much older. Oh my gosh, I am so much older.
So much older.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Can you imagine this is just AI? Just to be clear, JYP hasn't released any statements regarding anything at all. So I'm not going to rule out AI, but you do what you want with that information. I mean, of course, people have a lot of questions. Why did she open this Instagram account? What is going on with VCHA? Are they going to come back as a group? I mean, especially after everything that happened with KG. People have also noted that JYP has apparently trademarked the name Girl Set. And a lot of people do think this might be a VCHA rebrand. But basically, that is our VCHA update. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. 17's Hoshi and Uzi are enlisting, with Uzi set to enlist for active duty on September 15th and Hoshi on September 16th. Katseye are going on tour. Fans are so surprised at the success that K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack is receiving, even surpassing certain K-pop groups. For example, the soundtrack became the first K-pop album in history to reach #1 on US Apple Music, among other achievements, of course. Fans are wondering if BLACKPINK used AI in their music video teaser for Jump. This post on Reddit discussing the potential uses of AI, window placements not making sense. Fans are celebrating that Yunjin of the Seraphim and Jihyo of Twice met up and filmed some content together, because people for a long time have been saying that they look alike, that they're like mother and daughter. Speaking of lookalikes, a lot of people are saying that this male idol Zior Park looks like aespa's Winter, and Hype staff was allegedly seen hitting Assassin in this clip. But yeah, I reckon that's basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. By the way, I took like a little mini break, but in taking that little mini break, I think I realized that I feel like maybe a Wednesday, Friday, Sunday schedule would be better. What do you think? Instead of like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we could do Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Just putting it out there. I mean, we're doing it this week accidentally, but I think it could be good and fun. So let me know what you think. Let me know. Let me know. I need to get back into live streaming. I'm just trying to find where it fits, because if I can't do it consistently, then I'm like, oh, never mind. Just never mind. So we'll see about that. Maybe I could do Thursday live streams and Saturday live streams. Is twice a week enough? Because I'm like, that's not enough. It needs to be 3 times a week. So if it's not perfectly 3 times a week that fits into everything, then it won't fit at all. But 2 is also good. But I don't know. I don't know anything right now. Okay. Anyways, these are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh my God, I forgot to say, I'm thinking of turning my Kpop Shenanigans channel into a K-pop podcast channel, like K-pop Cancelled. It would mostly be like solo me, but I could have some guests on. Wouldn't it be fun to have some guests on? But yeah, actually finishing the video now. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.